has gotten COVID-19. He joins us live. JC?
That's right, Eric. So a knock on your door or ring of your doorbell are very real possibilities from law enforcement and health officials for anyone not cooperating with the contact tracing process. This is El Paso hits an all-time high in active cases.
This is a very concerning situation. We have seen an increase in cases, hospitalizations, and deaths from COVID-19 that is not stopping.
City and County Health Authority Dr. Esperanza Nunes said words as the number of active cases has now surpassed 6,000. In the last 8 days, more than 3,000 additional cases were also reported. With the flu season in full swing, officials are now concerned about the spike in hospitalizations.
When you combine the influenza plus the COVID, it will overwhelm our healthcare system very easily if we don't take personal responsibility.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott has already laid out the benchmarks for what happens when hospitalizations climb 15%.
In which is going to be implemented restrictions. But nonetheless, we're not going to be waiting for the governor to implement restrictions. We needed to start implementing those restrictions, and our restrictions are going to be stricter.
I think that one of the news from the Bowen and director of the El Paso Public Health Department saying health officials cannot do their job once the contact tracing process gets combative.
They engaven us, they challenge our authority. In many cases, they tell us that they know better how to take care of their families. We are immediately, with Dr. Esperanza's assistance, we are issuing health orders that are delivered by a police officer and a public health official to their domicile.
Some residents are frustrated that the situation has not improved in more than 200 days of this pandemic.
It's really frustrating when someone who's been locked down themselves of their own volition, then somehow they get COVID, and it's because out in the world, not everyone is acting that way. And so, yeah, it is really frustrating.
Now, officials believe that part of this huge spike that we're seeing right now is due in part to many bars that have converted into restaurants and some of those establishments just aren't following those health guidelines. So again, tonight, a good reminder to follow the contact tracing process to make your life and everybody else's life easier. We're live in West El Paso. Just about it there. ABC 7.
Shalom. Foremost, I want to start off by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. Salutation to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones that like teach 100% true. Shalom, Barakathon to them. For the edification and knowledge, double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones that like teach 100% true. Shalom, Barakathon to them. Foremost, again, give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakadash. I was relating to El Paso, relating to the quarantines, El Paso, Texas. Get some scriptures. Revelations 13, 15 through 18. And he had the power to give life into the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause, that as many as would not worship the image of the beast shall be killed. So it came out as a lamb docile, now speaking with authority as that dragon, man. And with that authority, with that dragon, that draconic type laws, is forcing people to comply to certain things that was that they're not, that most or multitudes will not be comfortable with. So if not, either you're going to comply or else consequences. And he calls it all, both small, great, and rich, and poor, free and bond to receive the mark in their right hand or their foreheads. So, regardless of what background, all going to receive this mark, man. Related to number 15, he calls all He calls all the right. Number 16, Shalaki. He calls all, small, great, rich, and poor to get this mark. Whether you poor, rich, all going to receive this mark, man. It's going to be mandatory. It's going to be a forced mandatory where they make you comply to do this, man. And number 15 talks about, as again, the ones who don't comply is a consequence. 17, that no man might buy or sell or save he had the mark in the name of the beast and the number of his name. So if you don't get it, you won't be able to do certain things, relating to that mark, which is RFID chip, which is something that's going to go, a physical mark into your skin. It's going to be cut into your skin. It's a physical thing. Radio frequency identification device. It's something that's going to actually go into your body. So if you don't comply to it, there's consequences, even death. And if you don't, you won't be able to function normally in society. You won't be able to function normally in society, such as go to work, buy stuff, and do certain things, as it states. You will not be able to buy, sell, say that you had the mark. So you are not going to be able to buy, sell, or do anything without that mark. That mark is the next of the form of currency, man. There's articles relating to the central banking is talking about related to going digital. So these things are around the corner, man. Related to the central bankers, Eastern central bankers talking about going digital, man. So they've been having meetings discussing about relating to digitizing money, man. 18. Here is the wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, or is the number of man, and his number is 603 score and 6. So we're in that times, man. We're in those times that the elder apostles been talking about for years relating to the mark of the beast, man. We're in the precursor times, the vaccinations, the quarantines, and pretty much a form of forced compliance to doing certain things relating to the precursors to get ultimately to the where it leads to the final finale relating to the mark of the beast. Revelations 14 and 9 talks about the consequences of getting that beast is pretty much damnation, the ones who get it. And 16 and 2 talks about relating to the first went and poured out the vials upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men who had the mark of the beast, upon which they had worshipped his image. So part of that grievous sores is the judgment and punishment, especially upon the ones who received that mark. 20 and 4 talks about, I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Mashiach, which are the prophets, starting with the whole full elect, and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads and their hands, and they lived and reigned with Mashiach. They were starting with the whole full elect and the rest of the body, the ones who are defending and sticking of this faith, and this truth and faith, relating and believing this truth and faith, and going to opposition relating to not receiving that mark. They're going to be beheaded. They're going to be persecuted. Revelations 2 and 10. Revelations 2 and 10 talks about, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye have tribulation 10 days. So you're going to go through trials and tribulations. You're going to go through all kinds of pretty much indescribable things. But be thou faithful unto death. Either stand it, if it means for you to die. You know what I mean? Defend it to the end. You know? So that relates to the ones who standing in this truth, starting with the hopeful elect, man. Be faithful unto the end, thou shalt receive the crown of life, man. Three and 10. Be thou, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation. The hour of temptation is pretty much going through their trials and tribulations, perhaps being caught up in different circumstances. For example, being headed, the guillotines, being persecuted, all different types of things. So that's the hour of temptation. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. That's great. That's great tribulation. That's Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30 and 7, which I can get. To try them that dwell upon the earth, and that's what's going to happen. A great multitude of nations of people are going to go through great tribulation, man. That's part of Jacob's trouble. Death, destruction, all kinds of things that most people think is a fairy tale, or ones who saying you're not going to go through these things, which is, a fabrication, man. I want to go to Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, that great day. Alas, for that day is great, and none is like it. That's Jacob's trouble. It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but ye shall be saved out of it. So, the multitude of people are going to go through Jacob's trouble. That's going to happen. We need the precursors of it now. I want to go to go to 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. Lest Satan shall get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. His devices relates to his plans, his plots, his schemes to pretty much implement certain things that he wants to fulfill, related to his goals and endeavors. So the men of the Lord, starting with the hopeful elect, starting with elder apostle, and down, the hopeful elect are not ignorant of Satan's devices. They're very well aware through the Spirit. First of Peter 5 and 8. First of Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. He's on a hunt, man. He has a little bit of time, which is Revelations 12 and 12. I'm going to get that, Lord be willing. He has a little bit. He's on the hunt because he has to fulfill an agenda, and his time is limited. Go to 12:12 of Revelations. 12:12 of Revelations. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Woe means a warning. Woe means destruction, man. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down into you, having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. He has a short time to fulfill his agenda, man. And he's going to come in great wrath, because he knows certain things are getting ready to manifest. Certain things are coming back, ultimately for him, through the Spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai. And this was just a few verses. Ephesians 5:15 and 16. Be circumspect as wise. Be circumspect be not circumspect as be. Shalak, let me just get it. I'll mess it up. Ephesians 5:15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools but as wise, redeeming the times because the days are evil. The days are evil. You know what I mean? We're in very pre-evil and evil times, man. So be circumspect and pay attention. Be sober, be watchful, be vigilant, as it states in 1 Peter 5:8. You know, I mean, pay attention to what the signs were in. 2 Ezra 9:1. Measure thou the time diligently in itself. So measure thou the time diligently in itself. Walk circumspectly, not as fools as wise. Paying attention, take heed, be vigilant, and knowing the times we're in, man. Because we're in the times. That being said, I'm going to begin to end this video. I hope it helped and benefit in some way. And Thawada for listening, whoever listens. Give all praise to Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahshua, Ba'ashem Rakadash. Thawada Shalom.